Morning Standard 5 students. Today in this class we will discuss in chapter 4 about the storage of grains and different types of crops in India. So let us discuss about this. Storage of harvested grains. In last class we have seen that the farmer has got the yield from their field and they have harvested their crops. So after harvesting the storage is also very important stage of the agriculture. Food is the major source of energy. Every living organism on this planet needs food to stay alive and to continue all other essential life processes. Plants are the main source of food on which both humans and animals depend. We cannot imagine our life without food. So, after the production of food, it should be stored very well so that there cannot be any scarcity of food to us. So, let us see how it should be done. Why is proper storage of grains important? Why should it be stored properly? In the case of small scale cultivation, farmers use the harvested crop for themselves, while large scale production is mainly for marketing. That means some small farmers they use their small piece of land to grow their food only in their field, but large scale production is done for marketing only, for supplying the food to the other also. Thus, the cultivators have to store the grains for this purpose, and for this proper storage of space has to be arranged. That means there should be a proper storage space to store the grain, and then they can supply the food. Inadequate storage space and improper storage methods can lead to a huge grain loss if you are not storing the grains properly, or if space is not available, and if you are improperly storing the grains, that it can cause a huge grain loss. So let us see about the methods of storage, how it should be stored so that it can prevent the loss of grains. Rodents infestation can be prevented by pesticides. A moist environment results in fungal growth on grains. This can be avoided by proper drying of grains in sunlight. That means before storing the grains should be properly dried in the sun. And if it is dried in the sun, there will be less chance of fungal growth in the grains. Second is rodents also, like rats can destroy the crops or grains, and that should be prevented by pesticides. Another method is fumigation, where chemicals are used to prevent bacteria and other microorganisms. After proper treatments, grains have to be stored in gunny bags or granaries and deposited in godowns. That means that grains should be packed in gunny bags, and there are granaries where grains are kept, and they should be kept in the they should be deposited in the godowns for proper storage. Thus, we see how harvesting and storage of grains form an important part of crop production. You can see how the granaries are used to store the grains, and here gunny bags are there. In these bags it is packed very carefully so that no pest or germs can attack this food. Now, types of crops according to season also we will see. The crops are the following types depending upon the season in which they are grown. That means each crop grows in different seasons. So let us see about according to seasons which crops are growing in which season. So there are three types of crops according to season. They are Rabi crops, Kharif crops and Zaid crops. So let us see one by one about them. So first of all we will discuss about Rabi crops. The name Rabi means spring, a word derived from Arabic. The crops that are grown in the winter season and harvested in the spring are called Rabi crops. That means they are grown in the winter months. These winter months from November it starts, and in the April it is harvested. So the crops grow in the winter season and they are called Rabi crops. Wheat, gram and mustard are some of the Rabi crops. They are generally planted in November in the winter month and harvested in April. In this picture also you can see some Rabi crops are shown there: wheat, oat, chickpeas, mustard and some other crops are also broccoli. All are grown in the winter season. Now let us see about the Kharif crops. Kharif crops, the crops which are sown in the rainy season are called Kharif crops. The rainy season in India is generally from June to September. During the rainy season, these plants like paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut and cotton, they grow and they are called kharif crops. Let us see about the picture of kharif crops. You can see here kharif crops: rice, corn, soybean, sugarcane and groundnut, cotton. They are grown in the summer season and or rainy season. They are known as kharif crops. Now there is a different type of crop that is known as jade crops. Such crops are grown between the Kharif and Rabi seasons, that is between March and June. When the Rabi crops is harvested and Kharif crop is sown, between this March and June they are used. These crop mature early. Cucumber, pumpkin, bitter gourd and watermelon are jade crops. Now you can see some jade crops are here: bitter gourd, watermelon, musk melon and cucumber. They are grown in between these two crops. Now what is crop rotation? The farmers use this method also. So why it should be used and what is the use of this method? The successive planting of different crops on the same land to maintain soil fertility and help control insect and disease. That means the different types of grown in the field alternatively, so that the fertility of the soil, if we will grow same type of soil, same type of crops in the same type of soil, then what will happen? It will take a particular type of nutrient from the soil continuously and the soil become barren. So to increase the fertility, to maintain the soil fertility, there should be different plants grown successively in the same field. It is the practice of growing a series of different types of crops in the same area across a sequence of growing seasons. That means in different seasons we should grow different crops, and in the same season also we should grow different crops in the same field. It reduces the reliance on one set of nutrients. That means one set of crop needs one type of nutrients and other set of crop needs other type of nutrients. So it is not dependent upon one type of nutrient only if you will grow different types of crops in the same field. Pest and weed pressure also will decrease, and the probability of developing resistant pests and weeds will also decrease by crop rotation. You can see how crop rotation is done. You can see in the same field how the different types of crops are grown, and it is called the crop rotation. Here also you can see in one field different types of crops are grown, so that each crop can get different types of nutrients, and weeds and pests also can decrease. The probability of increasing the resistance in weeds and pests also decrease by this crop rotation. Now there is another method of farming that is done in mostly the hills. So let us see about terrace farming. Terrace means the stairs. Terrace cultivation method of growing crops on sides of hills or mountains by planting on graduated terraces built into the slope. That means steps are made into the mountains, and in these steps the plants are grown. Though labor intensive, the method has been employed effectively to maximize arable land area in variable terrains and to reduce soil erosion and water loss. The importance of this terrace farming is that we can use the more land by cutting the steps on the hills, and it reduces the loss of water and soil erosion also. You can see here how nicely the steps are made in the mountains and they grow crops on them. So it reduces the loss of water and soil erosion also, because when water falls, then what happens? Each step the water gets some time to deposit the nutrients carried by them. So it decreases the loss of soil also in the field. You can see how nicely the terraces are made and their crops are grown. Benefits of terrace farming you can see. The major benefits of course is the conservation of soil and water. Water and soil is conserved by this method. Terraces reduces both the amount and velocity of water. That means speed of water is reduced. If there will be slope and there will be no steps, then what will happen? Water will fall with high speed in the slope and all the soil will be flown away by the water. But it is not, because there are steps formed in terrace farming, which greatly reduces soil erosion. Terraces thus permits more intensive cropping than would otherwise be possible. That means if you will make terrace, then it will help you to permit the cropping very nicely. Now types of crops we are growing. The farmers are growing different types of crops. So we will see about that also. Food crops. These food crops are harvested and consumed for daily purposes by human beings. So some crops are grown for food consumption only for human or animals, for human beings, like fruits, vegetables, nuts, spices and crops, grains, etc. Now feed crops. Feed crops are harvested to feed livestock like a cow, goats, etc. Crops like oats, alfalfa grass, grains, etc. are food for feeding farm animals. They grow in agricultural land and have enough nutrients to make them healthy. So, these are grown for the livestock or the animals that we keep in our home. Now, fiber crops. We need fiber also. Different types of fiber crops are also grown in the field, like contain a large amount of cellulose that is good for strength. For example, cotton, jute, coir, they are used for different purposes in our life and they are also important as in our life. Now, oil crops. The oil crops like canola and corn consumed by industries. The oils like olive oil, sesame oil, etc. are harvested for consumption of cooking and hair. So, different types of oil crops are also grown in our country. So, you can see common crops in India, different types of common crops are shown in this picture in India that are grown in our country. In this picture also you can see the varieties of food crops and other type of different crops are grown in our country for various purposes. Now, how can we get better yield from our crops? So, farmers are doing so much hard labor. So, how can these farmers get the better yield from their crops also is important in the crop production. So, let us see what should be done for getting the better yield from our crops. Quality of seeds. The most important thing is quality of seed. Agricultural productivity depends on the quality of seeds. If you have sown the good quality of seeds, then you can get a better amount of crops and grains in your field. Prepare the land well before sowing. So, before sowing the seeds, land should be prepared very well. That means the soil should be loosened and aerated. Next is add manure and fertilizer to the soil to provide the nutrients to the soil crops. It is very important to add manure and fertilizer after sowing the seed. Irrigate the plants properly. That means water is very important for the plant, and if there is no supply of water or there is no natural water, rain water, then we should irrigate the field. We should supply the water artificially, that is called irrigation. Remove weeds from the field for the proper growth of plants. Yes, weeds should be removed by manually also it is removed, and nowadays weedicides are also coming to kill the weeds, because weeds removal is very important as it eats all the nutrients from the soil and deprive of the main crop from the nutrients. So, it is very important to remove the weeds from the field. Next is crop protection methods, to use insecticides and pesticides to keep the plants pest free. That means if you are doing so much hard labor, if farmers are working so much hard in their field and their crops will be destroyed by the pest, then it is very bad. So, it should be sprayed insecticide and pesticides to kill them and get a better yield. These are all really important for getting better yield from the crops. So, thank you students. We will meet in the next class again. Thank you.